Okay, so you've heard all the buzz about the AI revolution, right? The models, the data, all the crazy possibilities. But what's actually powering all of it? Turns out there's an engine. And pretty much one single company, NVIDIA, is building that engine for the entire world. The big question is, how on earth did they pull that off? Let's dig in.
And when I say powerhouse, I am not kidding. Get this, in just one recent quarter, NVIDIA's data center revenue hit over $35 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. That is not a typo. The demand for their hardware is it's astronomical. It's all driven by this insane global hunger for more and more AI.
But here's what's so wild about this whole story. NVIDIA, they didn't start out as an AI company. Not even close. You probably know them from making graphics cards, right? The things that powered the most realistic, mind-blowing PC games. So, how in the world do you go from video games to becoming the absolute bedrock of artificial intelligence?
Okay, to really get it, we have to start with the tech itself. The secret sauce here isn't just about building a faster chip. Nope, it's about a totally different way of thinking about how computers, compute.
Think about it like this. A normal computer chip, a CPU, it's like a brilliant specialist, maybe a surgeon. It has just a few super powerful cores that can handle really complex problems, but it does them one at a time, in a line, sequentially. Now, a GPU, a graphics processing unit, that's a different beast entirely. It's more like an army. It has thousands of simpler cores. They're not as smart individually, but they can all attack a massive problem at the exact same time. We're talking in parallel.
And why did this army architecture even get invented? Simple, video games. I mean, to create these incredibly realistic 3D worlds, a computer has to figure out the color and position for millions of pixels on your screen. And it has to do it over and over and over, like 60 times every second. That is a huge, repetitive, parallel job, and it's the perfect task for a GPU.
And right here, this is where the story gets really, really interesting. That same technology, the one perfected for making games look awesome, was about to find a brand new purpose that would change the world. And it was almost by complete accident.
Now this is the really serendipitous part. It just so happens that the kind of math at the very heart of deep learning, we're talking about tons of matrix multiplications, is almost identical to the math used for graphics. It's another massive, repetitive, parallel problem. So AI researchers started playing around, and they discovered, whoa, the army of cores inside a gaming GPU could train their AI models hundreds, even thousands of times faster than a traditional CPU could.
And this timeline just shows how perfectly NVIDIA was positioned. They didn't just react to this discovery. They had launched their CUDA software platform way back in 2006, years before the AI craze. So when the AI boom really ignited around 2012, NVIDIA wasn't just some company with good hardware. They were basically the only game in town with the mature software needed to actually use that hardware. They had the right tool at the exact right time. Just incredible foresight.
But here's the real twist, and this is what most people miss. While everyone is obsessed with the silicon, with the chips themselves, NVIDIA's true, unbeatable advantage, it's not the hardware, it's the software.
Yeah, this quote just nails it. The chips are amazing, for sure. But in theory, someone else could build a great chip. The software ecosystem they've built around it, though, that's a fortress. A moat that's almost impossible to cross.
And that fortress has a name: CUDA. See, before CUDA, trying to program a GPU for anything other than graphics was this dark art. Only a few super specialized programmers could do it. CUDA completely changed the game. It created a platform that let any developer, using standard languages they already knew like Python or C++, unlock that GPU army for any kind of task. They made this incredible power accessible to everyone.
And this created a flywheel, a powerful network effect. NVIDIA poured money into it, building special libraries and tools just for AI researchers. They partnered up with universities. So, as more researchers started using CUDA, more tools were built for CUDA, which then pulled in even more researchers. It just became this self-feeding cycle that got bigger and bigger.
So how powerful did that cycle become? Get this. Today, it's estimated that over 90% of all AI research labs are built on top of the CUDA platform. It's not just a popular choice anymore. It's the default. It's the industry standard.
And that's the real strategic genius here. This creates something called vendor lock-in. Think about it. A competitor, say AMD or Intel, they might build a fantastic new chip, but they have this mountain to climb. They have to convince millions of developers to throw away decades of code, abandon an entire ecosystem of tools and libraries that they've literally built their careers on, It's an incredibly tall order.
But NVIDIA, they didn't just stop at hardware and software. No way! They used that huge advantage to build something even bigger, a completely integrated, self-reinforcing empire.
I mean, look at this strategic flywheel. It's brilliant. First, they sell the GPU chips. That's the foundation. Then they build the unbreakable software moat with CUDA. Step 3, instead of just selling you the parts, they start selling entire systems, basically an AI supercomputer in a box. Then they had the high-speed networking to connect all those boxes together. And now, the final piece, they're layering on enterprise software that you pay for year after year. Every single step locks you in deeper and deeper.
So what this all means is that anyone trying to take on NVIDIA today, they aren't just trying to build a better chip, they're fighting against a whole integrated stack. Hardware, networking, systems, and literally decades of software development, all optimized to work together perfectly. You're not challenging a tool, you're challenging the entire workshop.
And the result of this whole strategy? Well, it's pretty much total market domination. The numbers vary a bit depending on who you ask, but most estimates put NVIDIA's control of the AI data center GPU market somewhere between 80 and 98%. This chart, showing 88%, gives you a pretty stark visual of just how massive their lead really is.
NVIDIA's journey, from gaming graphics to this unshakable AI empire, has just been absolutely remarkable. But it leaves us with this huge critical question for the future of AI. As the whole world gets more and more dependent on this one company's technology, how do you even begin to compete with a company that didn't just sell the world shovels during a gold rush, but actually built the entire mine, the machinery, and owns all the roads leading to it?